Welcome. This is the Sherif Hashem, the author of The Power of Design Build. In this short video, I'm going to try just to introduce the book to the viewers and going through it quickly, the primary objectives and the primary components of the book. Now let me share the book here. So The Power of Design Build. If you have reached this video, that means that you are somewhere in your career as construction engineer or project manager, and at this point you must probably have an idea about what design build is all about, or maybe you are totally new to the subject, or very likely that you are already an expert in the field of design build and just wondering what do I have to say about it. The Power of Design Build, the title of the book, A Guide to Effective Design Build Project Delivery using the SAFEDB methodology. This book was actually published in the United States back in 2014, 2015, and it has been on all bookstores all over the world for quite some time. It did quite well so far. However, I still believe that it requires an introduction that I do myself so that the people get more familiar with it quickly and everyone sees what's in it for him or her. So this is a project outline. It starts with abstract discussion of the subject, of the content of the book, and about the SAFEDB methodology. SAFEDB here stands for a sound approach to formulation and evaluation of design build projects, as explained in detail in the book. The contents are basically in part one, introduction to design build, and part two, introduction and discussion of the SAFEDB methodology. And in part three, there's full-scale application example and case study showing how to apply the SAFEDB methodology. Actually, when I began writing this book, I only had in mind the SAFEDB methodology. Then I found myself actually delving into what design build is all about and falling back on my 30 years plus experience in the design build field. So chapter one talks about the design build as the pathway from vision to reality. And what's design build, history and evolution of design build since the beginning of the history, basically. And design build with other project delivery approaches, mainly the design build method. And here's a benefit of design build that through the overlapping of detailed design or of design and construction, time saving is achieved and cost saving, and also through the interaction between the contractor and the designer, innovation happens and great things happen. Here's the time and cost saving achieved, and here's like the favorable actual interaction between designers and construction teams. Detailed comparison between design build and design build, and then guidelines for adopting the use of design build approach. So as discussed in the book, design build is need to be approached carefully. You just need to make sure that it is the best approach for your project and how to do that. That's what's discussed in this subject in this chapter. And these are the predominant design build selection drives adopted by owners. And we go on forth to the role of oversight consultant, and the role of design build design consultant, so roles and responsibilities of the various team players of the design build game. And here again about the power of design build, how it is achieved, and through teamwork and accountability, stability, specialism, efficiency, and so on. And we go on to the time and cost saving compared to other project delivery approaches, as design build. Direct costs decreases, construction or project delivery time decreases, and so on. So basically, time and cost savings and innovation. The construction industry in the 21st century has discussion of what's coming up later in this century in terms of project delivery. And here I selected the Burj Khalifa, the highest tower in the world today in Dubai, as a very good example actually for design build. This huge tower was built in 10 years and otherwise could have lasted maybe much longer than that to build. And the outcome is, as you see, a breakthrough and an iconic building by all means and measures. Chapter 2 is about the project management in design build projects. So project management in design build slightly differs from general project management or project management for design build projects. And that's discussed here in detail along with cutting edge best practices and tricks of the trade on the application of design build in construction. So here's a comparison again, or actually proposed adjustment or tuning of the PMBOK guides, knowledge areas when applied in a design build environment. Guidelines and how to do it. Actually, this is actually from the it's showing here that the design build actually have two projects in one. One's the design and second is the construction, and there's overlap between the two. So this is the reality. This is what happens, although this is not the best scenario or the best way to do it. Actually, this interaction should start from day one. But in reality, what we see is this what's happening today in the market. But the overlapping between design and construction makes wonders. And here's actually proposed additional process to the design, the PMBOK project management processes, particularly in the knowledge area one integration, which is particular to the design build project delivery approach. And here the organization chart I've showing the matrix organization, how it works in the design build environment, aligning with objectives and strategic objectives, and then the impact of strategy changes on projects. Okay, in chapter 3, we are going to dive into and present a range of design build best practices based on my own experience, on my own readings and research I did for over 30 years design build experience in various countries of the world, tens of projects, design build projects. So I'm putting here my experience and lessons learned, if you like, into this chapter. And this is supported by a range of checklists and management tools that can really help you manage design build projects in a mature and advanced way. And as you see, starting from early in the process, winning the design build tender competition. So I'm talking to basically addressing these to the design builders, how to win design build tender competition in the first place, and what to do during the tender stage, and always management tools, and then delivering the design build project guidelines and best practices after winning, delivering This broken down in people, process and technology for easy digestion, and what to do and how to deliver DesignBuild projects in a controlled manner, how to manage the risks, project risks, especially those associated with the DesignBuild project delivery method. All here based on basics of project management, but tailored for the best use of project management on DesignBuild projects. I'm supporting here my my proposed or recommended best practices with numerical examples for easy use and digestion by the reader. In part of the book, we get to the SAFEDB methodology, which is actually the subject of my PhD thesis. And the methodology is actually aims to control what's happening in the project. On the design build project each step of the way, and it hits the high point. It's hitting the high points in the process. I mean, high points means things if you miss, it's going to be a problem. If you master, you'll win big time. So the SAFEDB methodology consists of three components. One is a develop DB solutions. So you want to design build a project. So first of all, we need to make sure that the design build solution is the best for the project. How to do it, how to select it, how to identify the best design build solution, then how to fast track design and construction activities, and lastly, how to control design build work progress as it occurs. Yeah, the methodology actually was first published in the DesignBuild magazine back in 2005. At high level, it was actually separated by the DesignBuild Institute of America, and at the time, and here's actually a letter, actually an email from Mr. Eric Jeanette. Eric Jeanette is the founder of PMI, actually praising my work and my take on the design build, especially the part discussing GERT, or the graphical evaluation review technique. I'm very proud of this email from Eric Jeanette, founder of the PMI and PMP #1. And here another recommendation endorsement from Zurich Institute of Technology, Professor Dr. Gerhard Gemscheid, who is actually my mentor. And in chapter 5, we go on to discuss the methodology components one by one, and how they apply, starting with the axiomatic design build theory. It helps with selecting the best design build solution. And I'm giving here real world examples, always numerical, so that you can get the point in a most practical way, and start using it directly in your day-to-day work, if you like. What you'll see here is some sophisticated formulas, but actually I'm simplifying them, discussing them, and providing examples on them, and for example, so that make it easy to use and easy to absorb, and to make use of straight away. So don't be scared by all these formulas and equations, because they have been made simple in this book. So in chapter 6, methodology component, second methodology component, which is fast tracking design and build activities, which is actually the main, or one of the main challenges in design build projects, how to manage the concurrent engineering using the concurrent engineering approach, meaning that design and construction will have to develop in parallel, not that you finish the design and then start the construction. You will have to proceed with design and construction in the meantime, and that can be risky if not done correctly. So here's a discussion of how to do that in a controlled and safe way. Again, I'm using here certain cutting edge techniques and provide detailed examples of how to overlap design build activities, taking into consideration the what we call the design build parameters, design build characteristics of the design and construction activities that go together. That's discussed here in detail. How to overlap upstream design activity with downstream construction activity, how much you can do that, and when, and how. That's all discussed in this chapter. Providing here recommended table for overlapping design and construction activities that can be used, and then providing here real-world numerical examples of how to apply this theory. In chapter 7, talking about control design build work progress. I mean, now you have just designed and planned the project. Now time to implement, deliver the project, and that's another big challenge. And in this chapter also we are discussing how to do that correctly, how to proceed with control and confidence, and proposing the use of the smart node. This is standard networking diagram, but this is a design build proposed networking diagram, which you're gonna have to use smart nodes, taking into considerations the probability of success of downstream activities, or actually the combination of the upstream and downstream activities. You're working under time pressure and you have to progress the work. There's certain risks here that need to be managed, and this chapter, this part is about how to manage such risk and plan the project right, and proceed with confidence, make allowance for taking account for branching and looping within the networking diagram, all supported by real-world examples to simplify the ideas. Part 3, so far we've been only providing chunks of pulses of examples to support works and explain the particulars of the process, but here in this part 3, providing a full-scale A to Z case study on how to apply SAFEDB methodology on it. So it's about the construction of a water dam, and how to do that. So how was the SAFEDB methodology applied to a groundwater reservoir, and how to help save time to millions, and control the process, the construction or design and construction process itself, to make it as safe as possible and achieve results. So this chapter is basically about a full-scale example of the application of SAFEDB methodology on a ground reservoir project. You go through it. It's easy. It's simple, and it just trains your brain on the use of SAFEDB methodology. Once brain is trained, that you can apply the methodology to any project in hand, using the same philosophy and the same tools and techniques of the SAFEDB methodology, and get results. So finally, as your reference and index and so on, which are very important actually for you to word search any topic of interest. That's it. Thank you very much for being here with me to the end of the video. And the book is obviously available on Amazon and all bookstores all over the world. And I'm going to just share the link to it in the subscription uh, table. Finally, thank you very much once again. And I'm available. You can reach out to me. I'm going to share you my email here in the description box down below. Thank you very much and all the best.